Hi, welcome to my channel. My name's Katie. I'm a travel agent. I specialize in Disney vacations, but I can help you travel anywhere. And today I have a resort guide and review of my recent stay at Sandals Royal Caribbean Resort in Montego Bay, Jamaica. I'm going to show you around the resort and tell you what I thought about it, how my experience was, and who I think this resort is best for. Let's get started. Let's start with an overview about some of the basics. This is a Sandals resort. Sandals is a company that has resorts throughout the Caribbean, and this particular location is named Sandals Royal Caribbean. The resort is located in Montego Bay, Jamaica, just 10 minutes from the Montego Bay Airport. It's one of the smaller Sandals resorts. It's 15 acres large with 280 rooms. The resort boasts not just a private beach, but also a private island, the only resort in Jamaica with a private island. The resort offers both club level and butler level rooms. The resort also has over-the-water bungalows and villas. At Sandals Royal Caribbean, just like at all the other Sandals, the cost of your room is truly all-inclusive. All of your food and beverages and activities and transportation to and from the airport are included, and we'll get into specifics about what you're getting for each of those. The resort has 4 pools, 3 hot tubs, as well as swim-up suites. There are 9 restaurants and 5 bars on property, and you also have full access to Sandals Montego Bay, which is just a 10-minute shuttle ride away. Shuttle is included, and that resort is much larger than Royal Caribbean. Here's a look at the resort map. You can see that there are different sections of the resort, but nothing is too far away, as this is a smaller, more intimate resort. Let's take a tour around the resort and talk about everything that's included. You'll see here is the driveway and entrance to the resort. Now, when you land at Montego Bay Airport, there is a private Sandals lounge that you can stay in while you wait for your included transportation to the resort. Now, the basic level here will be bus transportation. Now, if you are staying in a club level or butler level room, you will get a private BMW town car transfer to the resort. You can check in here at the lobby, but guests with club level or butler level rooms will check in at the club lounge, which is right off the lobby. There's plenty of seating here if you need to wait at all. And they call the theming here Britain meets Bali with touches of Jamaican flair. And it really does all come together, even though that sounds like 3 totally different things. At the lobby, you'll find a fine jewelry store. On the other side is a resort gift shop. There's a photo studio here. Now, getting your photo taken, including a private 30-minute session, is included. But if you want to take the photos home with you, that comes at an extra cost. You will see the club level lounge here on the right, and on the left is the sales office. Now, you can get a great deal by booking your next Sandals stay while you're at a Sandals at the sales office, and if you want to book with your travel agent, just let them know that you would like to book with the travel agent, and we can get that transferred over under to your travel agent like me. The grounds are just beautiful. They're lovely. They have that Britain meets Bali vibe. There's several different styles of buildings throughout the resort. Everything is very open air. Almost all of the corridors are open air. And you'll notice that all of the buildings are named after British locations, like this one is Kensington. The way the resort is laid out with a lot of different smaller buildings, it creates a much more intimate feel. There's a lot of smaller courtyards and little private nooks, and there are tons of places to just sit and relax. They have lots of fun swings and hammocks and all sorts of stuff, so you can really just sit and relax outside and be cozy. The landscaping is beautiful everywhere with tropical flowers, and you might even see or hear some little cat friends who live around the resort and are very friendly. Alright, this is a beach resort. Let's talk about the water. First up, the pools. So there are 4 pools across property. 3 on the mainland and 1 on the private island. They're all medium size, I would say, but I never felt that they were crowded throughout my stay. Each one has a corresponding hot tub and plenty of loungers. They even have some lounging floats that you can use. On the mainland, there is 1 main pool, which is where you can have the DJ, entertainment, all that sort of stuff going on, and it can be quite loud. So that's something to keep in mind if you don't want a room near that, because our room was near the main pool and you could definitely hear what was going on even from inside the room sometimes. At one point there was a drum line. It was very loud. The other 2 pools are much more quiet, and the pool on the private island I would say is in between. There's not a DJ there, but they were playing music and it was a little bit more lively. So the main pool is definitely where the party is at. That's where the swim up bar is. It is also steps from 2 quick service dining locations and another bar. The main pool also has these private little cabana nooks that you can utilize if you are staying in a butler room. The pool on the private island doesn't have a swim up bar, but there is one right there, right next to the pool, and there is a quick service restaurant a few steps away. Let's talk about the beach. Now, the beach here is really a series of smaller beaches. This is the main one, and then there are 2 smaller ones, and then there's a very small beach on the private island. You can see that there's several pavilions, so you can get out onto the water, and they also use this as wedding venues. And the smaller beaches are fantastic for a more private setting. I never had issues getting chairs at the smaller beaches. If you didn't have a butler who will get your chairs for you, it was sometimes a little bit challenging to find a chair during peak time on the main beach. And they've got these awesome hammocks here, and it's just beautiful sunrise and sunset views. If you're on the main beach, they did have servers that would come around from the bar and ask if you wanted any drinks or anything like that, so that was very nice. The main beach is also right next to the main pool, so you could hear the DJ and all those activities from the beach. There were a few cabanas that you could rent at an additional cost, and it's basically a bed with a roof on it in the water, and each one came with 2 lounge chairs as well. And this also comes with service where they will bring you food. Let's talk about all the things that there are to do. So there is a full service spa here, the Red Lane Spa, and you can get treatments in the spa itself, or they have these little cabanas throughout the resort that are little private oases where you can get things like a couples massage. There's also a fitness center which had treadmills, ellipticals, weight machines, free weights, and a few bikes, and they also have classes that you can participate in. There are different lawn games throughout the resort that you could play at your leisure, and they also had some scheduled activities like a cornhole tournament and that sort of thing throughout the day. You're going to want to head to the Aqua Center for any water activities. There are daily scuba trips, and that is included in your stay as long as you are scuba certified, and you have the option to pay to get a scuba certification and do that class. Also included in your stay are daily snorkeling adventures, as well as glass bottom boat tours. You can get these stand-up paddle boards, these kayaks, the hobby cats, those are all included. There's also a lot of live entertainment that goes on at the resort. Some during the day, but always something at night. It's a lot of musical performances, and one night we even saw a circus on the beach, which was mostly acrobats, and then this trapeze artist, that sort of thing. Help me And of course, there are excursions that you can do that take you off the resort. The Island Routes Desk is Sandals' arm of that, and all of these do come at an extra cost. And of course, weddings are extremely popular at Sandals, so you would arrange all of that ahead of time, but they have a whole team here ready to help. Something that really makes Sandals Royal Caribbean stand out is that they have their very own private island, and you will take the dragon boat here to the private island. It's really like a 3-minute trip, and you will never wait more than 10 minutes to catch the boat. And over on the private island, you have a pool and a bar. You also have a small beach area, as well as 2 restaurants that we will talk about later. On the private island is also where you're going to find the over-the-water bungalows, which you can see pretty well when you're on the boat, but you can't get too close to in person. You can walk a little bit out onto that deck area there, but there's a security shack, so it is very private for just those that are staying in the bungalows. Also, in a secluded area of the island away from the pool and bar and all of that, there is a clothing optional beach, so that is open to those who are interested in that. All right, let's talk about room types. So first of all, there are 3 levels. Luxury level, which is your basic entry level. Club level, which gets you access to the club lounge and the concierge, as well as you get in-room alcohol and room service. Butler level, you get all of that, plus you have a personal butler who is there to help you do anything and everything. Now, this is the room that we stayed in. This is a club level room. It is a BCS, and there are dozens of room types at this resort. There are a bunch of different locations you can have a room, There's so much to know about this. I did a deep dive video and I will link it here on this room particularly. And I did take a tour of the resort where I got to see a few other room types, and I will share those with you. This room is a beachfront 1-bedroom walkout with butler, and it comes with a tranquility soaking tub both in the room and on the porch. So one thing that you might notice here is there is like a very open bathroom concept. That is in a lot of the rooms. It is not in all of the rooms. So that is something that, if depending on how you feel about that, you're absolutely going to want to know what room you're staying in beforehand. And I'll be honest with you, it is not always clear on the website. That's why you want a travel agent. Now, this room was very similar and in the same building where we stayed, except it came with a butler, and it has this full corner balcony, and those walls basically like open all the way up so you can have that open air. It's got the lovely bathroom as well, and you can close that window into the shower there if you'd like. This one is a luxury level room, which is your entry level, and it's as far away from the beach as you can get. It's in the Highgrove building, which actually has interior hallways, and it was built in 2019. The Crystal Lagoon has its own Crystal Lagoon pool, and there's a bar there, and you can see below this there are swim-up rooms. So this is one of your options for a swim-up room. It's the only rooms on property that are true swim-up. There's water on your balcony. This room is really nice and bright. I love the colors. This is a great option if you are a little bit more budget conscious. And the luxury level rooms still have a mini bar with beer and wine and non-alcoholic beverages, but you're not getting that liquor that you would get in a club level room. You're also not getting room service. This is the other kind of swim-up room. This is in a building that is centrally located in the middle of the resort. It's closer to the beach, but you do have to take a few steps before you're in the water. And then it does have this lovely, swim-up room pool here with chairs on the other side. Swim-up options are to be more in the middle of the action where things are going to be louder, but you're closer and you're going to have a few steps into the water, or the other ones that we previously saw in the Highgrove building where there's water on your porch. Of course, the real star of the show here are the bungalows. I was unable to tour them because they are typically booked up 2 years in advance, and there were none that were available for us to see. These come with butler service. There is a private dock for the bungalows to take the boat back to the main island. As you can see, they all have their own little porch. They have an interior-exterior shower. They have those little swimming pools in the water. There are soaking tubs outside. They're crazy. For guests who need it, there are several handicap accessible rooms, and there are these wheelchairs that work for the beach that you have access to. Let's talk about food and drink. There are 9 restaurants at this resort, and additionally there are several other bars. And this is all inclusive. So all of the drinks and all of the food, unlimited, are included. The only caveat is if you want, there is high-end wine that you can order at some of these sit-down restaurants for dinner. Everything else, including regular wine, is completely all included, all you can eat, all you can drink. Let's talk about what sort of beverages are available. So there's bottled water, sodas, juices, including some sodas and juices that are Caribbean-based companies. You can get mocktails, which is what I got a lot because I don't actually drink alcohol, and they were always happy to give me a mocktail. When it comes to alcohol, they had it all. They had beer, wine, hard liquor, cocktails, local beer and wine and rum. They have fruity drinks. They have frozen drinks, drinks you can drink out of a coconut. They had everything you could want. Mimosas at breakfast. They had it covered. When it comes to food, there were all sorts of options for the kind of cuisine you can eat and multiple options for each time of day. So we're looking here at the tea room, which is actually in addition to one of the 9 restaurants. And this is a 24-hour self-serve coffee station, as well as they have afternoon tea here in the British style. There are 3 options for breakfast. One would be room service if you're in a room that includes room service. 2 would be that you could do a sit-down breakfast at the Bombay Club. 3, and probably the most popular, is that you can go to the Spices Buffet, and here's a look at the Spices Buffet. Now, it's all outdoor seating, and this buffet had a very wide range of things. It had all your basic stuff you can see here, like bagels, pastries, eggs, bacon, all that stuff, hot and cold items. There was also a custom omelet station, there were fresh made waffles and French toast, and there were even items that were specific to Jamaica. Lots of fresh fruit, including tropical fruit, and there was a small selection of gluten-free bread and muffin products. And some of the items on the buffet rotated day by day. It wasn't completely the same thing every day. We were both highly impressed by this buffet, very much enjoyed it. Spices also has a lunch buffet and they do an a la carte dinner seating. While we're discussing it, I am a person with a food allergy, and I found that every time I interacted with any of the waitstaff, they always asked if someone had a food allergy that needed to be handled while dining. I found that the servers were not terribly knowledgeable about what things did or did not include an allergen, and they would always go speak with the chef, which is fine. I also found that on the menu, things were marked gluten-free and dairy-free and vegan, but there were not always items in all of those categories on all of those menus. Now, I never went hungry. There was always something that I could eat, but there were instances where it was like, okay, well, you can't have dessert here. There's only one side that you can have. There were sometimes I was a little bit limited. They weren't able to make changes. I would rate the allergy experience here an 8 out of 10, and my gold standard is Disney World, which is a 10 out of 10. So an 8 out of 10 is really great. I've been to many places that's way below an 8 out of 10, so I was happy with the allergy service that I got here. Let's talk about the quick service options available. So here we're looking at the Mariner Seaside Grill, which is right on the beach and has a full bar attached to it there, and it's right next to the pizzeria as well. The Mariner has a lot of more lunch type items. I would say it's American fare and also some Jamaican fare, and it was quite good. We got a vegetable wrap that I really enjoyed, a fish burger, which was great. It was like fresh fish. The Jamaican beef patty my husband really enjoyed. This place was definitely one of the easiest stops to just, if you're at the beach or at the pool, walk on up and grab a table, and then a server will assist you, and the food was very good. The Bella Napoli Pizzeria shares the same seating, or you can just grab it to go. And this pizza, my husband said, was one of his favorite things he had the whole time. The quick service restaurant that is the most iconic to Sandals and the most Jamaican is the Jerk Shack. Located on the private island, the Jerk Shack, of course, has jerk chicken, jerk sausage, and other Jamaican specialties. Everything here that we had was fantastic, except for the fish in foil. I would avoid that. It was extremely oily. We did not care for that one. But honestly, if you're coming here, the chicken is a must-have at the Jerk Shack. You have to have jerk chicken in Jamaica. For table service dinner, in addition to spices, you also have the Bombay Club, which is Indian cuisine, and reservations are required here. This is a very popular location. We did not happen to dine here. They offer indoor and outdoor on-the-water seating options. Another table service dinner location is La Tavola, where they have Italian cuisine. This is completely outside, and it's a very small seating area, and it is basically just smack in the middle of the resort, looking into people's balconies. The pool's right there, so it was nice. There's a lot of greenery, but that's where you are. The food here, I would say, was perfectly fine. It was very heavy on the pasta versus the meat and vegetables in the pasta for what we got. Dinner at every restaurant has the option for appetizer, entree, and dessert, and they take your order all at once. They're, expecting you, encouraging you to get one of each. And you are more than welcome to get 2 desserts or 2 entrees or 3 appetizers and no entree, whatever you want. Our favorite dinner location was Royal Thai, located on the private island in this beautiful outdoor open air pagoda. The Thai restaurant food was all really good. The setting was really lovely, and I thoroughly enjoyed my dinner here. I'd highly recommend. They do require reservations. While we're talking about reservations, I also want to mention dress code. So some Sandals do have certain restaurants where you have to be a little bit more dressy, but none of the restaurants at Sandals Royal Caribbean are currently requiring any sort of dress code other than resort casual attire, which is basically don't wear a bathing suit. But before you visit, I would say this is another great reason to have a travel agent. You want to confirm if any restaurants do have a dress code currently and which ones do require reservations, so you can get those reservations as soon as you arrive. Rounding out the last dinner option is the French restaurant, and this had outdoor and indoor seating, really pretty outdoor seating section. And I'm not really a person that typically eats French food, and I really liked all the food that we had here. We were impressed by it. We were surprised that we liked French food, and we were surprised that this was such good French food at this resort. Really enjoyed it. This was also the only place that I could get dessert on property that was dairy free, so I really liked our dinner here. And then last but not least, we have the Cricketers Club, which is a great place to get a drink or a late night snack. It is open until 2 a.m. And this was really cute. It was very authentic, very well themed in here. I do also want to highlight that there is room service for club level and butler level rooms. It's not 24 hours, but it's a good chunk of the day. Everything we got was good to fine, and the service was reasonably speedy, and this, of course, is included in your room. And that, I would say, is everything that there is to know about Sandals Royal Caribbean Resort in Montego Bay, Jamaica. My big takeaways is this is truly all inclusive. This is truly a luxury vacation. And personally, I loved my time here. My husband and I want to go back to this resort. It makes us want to go to other Sandals resorts. I think that if you are looking for an all-inclusive, tranquil vacation, this is absolutely it. If you want to visit Sandals Royal Caribbean or any other Sandals property, or you have some questions, please contact me. Again, my name is Katie and I am a travel agent. All of my travel agent services are free of charge, no additional fees for you, and I would love to be your travel agent for your next perfect vacation. My contact information is on the screen, and thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you would like to see more of this content.